All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? So there's this narrative out in the atmosphere. Yo, people, stop hitting me up. Stop DMing me saying, yo, Charlamagne raped somebody. You should be the first one on this. He don't like it. Bruh, the dude didn't know who I was. So what? That doesn't make me jump any quicker. I don't have that in my heart. I don't care who likes me, who don't know who I am, whatever. That doesn't make me want to jump and now go get on Charlamagne's case to be the first to say, he did it, Come on now, I don't get down like that. I don't got that type of bitterness and hate in my heart. But because so many people have brought this up to me, I don't mind talking about it on my platform and explaining what I know about the situation. So there is a woman out there who claimed she was raped, maybe by Charlamagne, and you'll get the reason why I said maybe. You'll get that, you'll get that in a few minutes, right? There was an incident. By the way, this incident happened in 2001. So there was an incident that happened at a party in South Carolina. I believe Charlamagne and a couple of his friends were having some sort of a party, right? And at some point of fashion, there was a girl invited to the party who was underage. I'm not sure if she lied about her age. I'm not sure if they just didn't ask her about her age. At the end of the day, the girl was 15. I'm not going to say this woman's name out of respect to her and her family. The woman was 15 years of age. At this time, Charlamagne in 2001 is 22. So at this party, I'm guessing people are drinking liquor and everything like that. According to Charlamagne himself, the chick starts wilding, and I believe this is like an old interview with academics. The chick starts wilding, right? Of course, like she's in a room, she starts wilding out, freaking out, throwing down the lamp and everything like that. A couple of his homies are in the room or something like that, and he asks what's going on. And then somewhere down the line, Charlamagne leaves the party, and I'm guessing his friends are still there with the girl. The girl claims somebody raped her. All right, so Charlamagne say he goes into the hood of South Carolina somewhere, and he starts the next day talking to a couple of his cousins. A couple of his cousins were salty that they didn't get an invite to this party. I'm summarizing this story here. A couple of his cousins were upset that they didn't get an invite to the party. He claims that, yo, your friends are locked up. I believe that's what Charlamagne explained. So now Charlamagne's like, yo, what you mean they locked up? The cousins tell Charlamagne that his friends are locked up for rape of this girl who is pressing charges on them. Charlamagne willfully, again, this is according to him, goes down to the police station and talks to police and says, yo, what's going on? That was at my crib. Why is there alcohol here? Though you might be of age, but there are other people here that are not of age. You know, what was going on? So he actually probably snitched on himself. So at some point, I'm guessing this don't quote me on this 15-year-old at some point does decide to press charges. By the way, that was a lie. His friends were never even down there. His cousins lied to him because they were spiteful that they didn't get into the party. So Charlamagne went down there and snitched on himself, right? And then at some point down the line, between that time period, the 15-year-old actually does go down and formally presses charges, and Charlamagne was the one to take the fall for it because he had already went down there previously and snitched on himself and said, I was here. So now all this falls on Charlamagne. According to the police report, cops responded to a short stay Navy recreational center in Charleston, South Carolina on the early morning of June 9, 2001. This was in response to an alleged rape. The cops came in contact with two females, one of them being the friend of the woman that claimed she was raped. Now, both these girls reportedly appeared very intoxicated and did not know where they were or how they got to the location. The friend was crying uncontrollably, and she went on to explain that someone had picked them up from a nearby residence, gave them a liquid to drink, and one of the girls claimed it tasted like soda. The friend went on to say the last thing she remembered was waking up with a man trying to kiss her. She says she fought the man off and then found the woman who is accusing Charlamagne of rape across the room where she was naked and crying, stating that she had been raped. Again, that was in 2001. that case was dismissed in 2002 because this chick who accused Charlamagne of rape was uncooperative with prosecution, and as a result, they felt the conviction of Charlamagne on the arrested charges were pretty much impossible. Charlamagne ultimately pled down to a lesser charge of contributing to delinquency of a minor and was sentenced to 3 years of probation. Now, again, you're like, yo, case closed, right? So here's how this became a story back in the forefront. We're going to fast forward 16 years to right now, right? And now this chick is now 31, 32 years of age, and she says she doesn't have the closure that she needs on the incident, and she can't get over it. Now, just to be clear, in South Carolina, although time for a civil case has already passed, South Carolina has no statute of limitations on prosecution for criminal sexual conduct with the minor. So she can criminally prosecute this thing again. Now, I think that would be very difficult if you didn't have evidence to do this 15 years ago. What would transpire, or what new evidence would be available for her to like make this thing a thing? Now, I think this dude has a day in South Carolina now. That would be a very tough conviction if you could not get it when that man was 22 years of age and now he's a big public figure, big radio personality, a New York Times bestseller. That would be very difficult, and she can't financially capitalize on that. Like I said, there's no way to get a civil case back in front of the court at this present time due to South Carolina's legal system. Now, this woman is seeking legal representation and wants to reopen that criminal case. Her mother is involved and says that her and her daughter have already notified officials in Berkeley County about their intentions and request information on the steps that need to go forward. I don't know where this comes from, and I don't want to say I should know where this comes from. If you feel like you haven't got closure, if you really feel like you were wronged, and the legal system allows you to retrial something or get back into a case, who the heck am I to say she shouldn't do that? Somebody's out there gonna say, yo, she's only doing this about the, because Charlamagne is having a crazy amount of success right now. That could be the case. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it could be a plethora of things. Maybe she mentally hasn't gotten over it. Maybe she mentally wasn't in a great space to do that then. Who knows what it is? All I know is Charlamagne has a book number 2 coming out in October, and what this does is it's going to make this is not going away. This woman is serious about it, and I would imagine around August, September, if she's able to find legal representation, this thing will be picking up then. This is not going away, and it's only going to make Charlamagne's media run. He's going to have to talk about this. And I'll be honest with you. That brother does a segment on his show called Donkey of the Day every day that I have appreciated for years, right? And I believe if you're able to hop on the air and talk about other people who done stupid stuff in their city, if your stupid shit that you might have been a part of, at the least you had chicks under the age at a party that you was at and you were 22. I believe you could take 5 minutes out of your day to not do Donkey of the Day one day, to dead a lot of this shit and put it to rest. I don't believe that's too much for him to do. He's already did an interview on it in the past. We've seen him. I'm sure he talks about it in interviews from time to time. But if you just want some of this to kind of go under the rug, I believe it's something that really happened. It's not like it's a false rumor from the standpoint of this girl. You acknowledge that this girl was at a party with you. But in regards to the actual rape itself, you can come on for 5 minutes and not do Donkey of the Day and talk about it, so you don't end up being a Donkey of the Day from the public. That's just my opinion. And that is that on that. This woman wants some closure, and she claims 16 years down the line, she's trying to get it from Charlamagne. Again, is she just trying to finagle her way into a check? Maybe. I don't know if she's trying to get Charlamagne to throw her something under the table. Again, legally, she can't do a civil case. Is she trying to destroy this man's name, who's went on to have a successful career? And maybe she just don't like that he's able to, be a New York Times bestseller, have all this success, about to have a late night show. Maybe this kid helped stop some of this success if she feels as though he's a guilty man. Or maybe she's just spiteful. Or maybe she really is trying to get through this and get over this, and maybe this is the close she needs. I don't know. But that is the update, and that's what has transpired, and that's why this story is at the forefront right now. This woman is set to file a criminal case against Charlamagne as we speak because of South Carolina's lack of statute of limitations. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty. Yeah!